Hi, I'm Amy Baxter, editor of Retail Leader, and welcome to Trend Talk. Every week on Trend Talk, we chat with an industry expert about ongoing retail trends and news. My guest this week is Caroline McCarthy, co-founder and vice president of growth of Starday Foods. So, hi, welcome, Caroline. Thanks so much for joining me.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. Glad to be here.
So, I'm super curious about the origin story of the company. So, can you kind of walk me through how you became one of the co-founders of Starday and how it's a startup story?
Yeah, absolutely. So our CEO Chaz had been kind of working on this idea with one of our investors, Equal Ventures, for a few months, understanding, where's he calls it a Napster moment, which was we're sort of starting to see grocery and food decisions being brought online. So there's a lot more data available about what people are searching for, what types of ingredients and health attributes people are demanding. It's no longer a situation where demand and sort of understanding what products people are looking for is based on solely grocery sales. It's now we actually have things like Amazon and search data and trends and APIs where we can actually see data about what people are looking for. And so the general premise of Starday came to light, which is how do we make the best use of these data points that we are seeing on digital channels about what people are looking for and the things that they're demanding, and how do we do that in a way that helps us build really great food products and brands in a really cost-efficient and timely manner. So that's sort of how we, started, was just, understanding this more digital grocery, online grocery world and the data that came with it. And then the four of us came together. We all sort of have different areas of expertise. Like I said, I run marketing and growth. Chaz is our CEO and focuses a lot on supply chain and logistics. And then we have two other founders as well that joined us. Lena Kwok, who is our culinary genius. She's formerly head of research and development at the French Laundry Group. And then Lily Burtis, who runs our platform, which is really how we are using that data to bring insights and a data-driven approach to building our brands.
Yeah, interesting. It kind of came at the right time because with the pandemic pushing everyone to do their shopping online, you have more data, more people than ever to kind of go from. So is your background in data too?
I know enough to be dangerous, actually. Yeah. So I don't think you would want me writing any of your predictive models, but I have worked at a data science firm called Civis Analytics in Chicago, and then have always been in a really data-driven growth role, and have sort of worked with a bunch of data scientists in pretty much every role I've had. And so having that data first approach to growth and marketing, and then also being a data driven company and how we build our product has been a really fun experience.
Yeah, cool. So let's dive into these two food products a little bit more. Why are those the first two that you guys launched, the GUI and the All Day? And then I'm curious what else you have coming down the pipeline, if you can tell us anything.
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you what I'm allowed to tell you from our PR team. So with GUI, we were really seeing a lot of attributes that were coming together around people looking to reduce their sugar intake. We knew that people were looking for more sustainable options with the lack of palm oil, and also that people were looking to have more plant-based options in their dietary habits, but also in a way that felt more approachable and also part of everyday life. Indulgence is a big category where we're seeing a lot of disruption there. And so this hazelnut chocolate spread, obviously the market is absolutely just dominated by Nutella. And there really hadn't been a lot of innovation in that realm. And so GUI was brought to life, by saying, okay, we know that we can make a healthier, more sustainable version of this beloved flavor combination. And then we can also use the same data-driven approach that we did for figuring out what product to build, and then also use that to building the brand. So you'll know that GUI is a very colorful and sort of loud presence of a brand. So everything we did actually in building out the brand and for our future brands as well was run through a bunch of multivariate testing and very, very data-driven approach. All Day, similar to what you were mentioning in terms of the pandemic changing some shopping and grocery habits. Also, we've seen a rise in home cooking, and that's a trend that we're really confident is going to stay. And with consumers looking to be able to flavor their meals in a really easy manner and also simplify out spice cabinets. So with the rise of this home chef, it's no longer, just folks that are cooking at home where what we called some more gourmet cooks. It's also people that are maybe not as comfortable with, 15 different spice blends they need to put on. They want to be able to just season their food and go. And so All Day was really born, they're chef crafted by Lena. So, you have a 3-star Michelin chef that has blended all these spice blends for you. And they each has a different flavor profile, of course. And they bring a sense of what we call a sense of magic to any meal. So yeah, that's All Day Flavors. And that was our second brand that we launched in November. In terms of what's coming up next, so you will see probably about 4 more brands come from us this year. So we're getting pretty close to announcing our 3rd brand, which is really exciting. And I can say that for that brand, we're looking at some health-based attributes as well in terms of how people are eating and what they're looking for in terms of gut health. And then, like I said, we'll have another 3 more by the end of the year as well.
The most recent news here that I caught was that Starday is getting on Kroger shelves.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about the process of getting in with the major retailer? And I think this is like a question that every small business would be really interested in. Yeah,
absolutely. So, I think there's a few different components to it. One, we were lucky with line review timing. I just want to throw that out there. Line reviews, they're pretty rigid. Obviously, you need to, I think that's something I just want to we were launching, they were in line reviews at the same time. So there was that aspect to it, but where we really approached Kroger with this line review because we were so small. So obviously, we launched in Kroger's in March, but the timing of the conversation and when the deal took place was actually in September. So we're about 2 weeks out of the door with launch. So we're not coming to them being like, hey, here's our years and years and years of sales data. I mean, we literally had 2 weeks, we had nothing. What we are coming to them is saying, hey, we really, really know our consumers. We really understand how we are going to be able to drive additional velocity and revenue for Kroger based on this deep awareness. And also we've reduced the product market fit risk because every aspect of what we've built, whether it's the taste, the texture, the attributes, the brand, everything has been tested so heavily in this really structured type of testing environment that, hey, Kroger, you don't need to be worried that, this product is something that won't sell or that they won't like. This is actually a little bit of a de-risked way to bring innovation onto the shelves. And that was the approach that really won them over. I mean, we literally inked the deal 2 weeks after launch. So I think we are one of the fastest ever digital first products to scale out nationwide like this. And the other aspect too that was important to us is, as much as possible, we really want to do a nationwide rollout as opposed to regional, sort of store by store count approach. And I think, we had great partners in Kroger. They were really on board for that. Kroger's, obviously there's still some operational complexity because Kroger owns so many banners and, some of them have different distributors and whatnot. But generally, the fact that we were doing a national rollout meant that we were able to really streamline operations, both with the distributors and direct with Kroger, and get everything set up and ready to go for, our first scaled launch.